Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Charming Empire on Soshi's Route. If you'd like to hear Kei Yoshimine's route, please visit Rob's Romantic Gaming channel, linked in the description and the cards. As for us, we are doubting our brother again, even though we've learned lots of good things in the last couple chapters. But apparently it's very easy to turn our mind to doubt. Let's see if we can repair that in this chapter or not. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. It's so windy tonight, even though it was beautiful this afternoon. The gusts rattle my window, and I walk over to it and open the curtain. Clouds cover the moon tonight. The gas lights outside illuminate the lurching trees. The flowers in the garden will lose their petal— Ah! Suddenly, a bright flash streaks across the dark sky, followed immediately by a deafening crash. Don't tell me I'm a big chicken and I'm going to run to Soshi's room because of the storm. Soshi! Protect me from the big scary storm! As if triggered by it, rain begins to fall on my window, and soon it begins pouring. The sky erupts in storm with strong winds and heavy rain, coupled with lightning here and there. I quickly close the curtains. I love a good storm, but usually the torrential parts don't last very long. What should I do? The storm is so— Ah! Another clap of thunder resounds, and I crouch down, covering my ears. I'll feel better if I get under the covers. Still covering my ears, I get in bed and throw the covers over myself. I never believed the old woman when she said booming thunder would pop my belly button out, but I can't help myself from covering it. I've never heard that one. Well, those are some interesting old wives' tales. So that's how you get an outie. Even under the covers, the crashing of the storm isn't stifled. It seems to be getting even stronger. I wish I had someone with me at times like these. Is Soshi going to remember that I don't like storms and come comfort me? It'd be a nuisance if I call for someone at this hour. Maybe it'd be better if I went to someone else's room. But where should I go? Oh, seriously? I really am going to go there for comfort? That would be so messed up if I went to Kagemitsu's room. Why is that even a choice? Alright, go to Soshi's room. I wonder if Soshi is still working. Will I cause him trouble if I stay with him for a short while? I can't think of anyone else I can go to. I stay away from the rain-pounded windows as I hurry to Soshi's room. Lightning continues to flash across the sky through the hallway windows. I finally get to Soshi's room, and by the dim light, I can see through the crack in his door. I can tell he's still awake. I take a few deep breaths, then knock. Soshi, sorry to bother you so late at night. I hear someone get up and eventually open the door. Soshi peeks out through the crack, eyeing me suspiciously.
What are you doing here at this hour? Is it something urgent?
Yes, actually, I came to seduce you. Ah! Thunder crashes loudly, and right in front of my brother I crouch down and cover my ears. Seeing that, he realizes why I came to him and opens his door for me.
Still afraid of thunder, are you?
How pathetic. He leads me into his room and beckons me toward the couch. Its high-quality cushions support me comfortably. There's a mountain of papers stacked on his desk. Even at this hour, Soshi is still working. That is a really weird chair.
The storm should be over soon. When the lightning stops, go back to your room.
I will, thank you. As he turns his attention back to the stack of papers, I ask him something. Soshi, are you still working at this hour? It looks like a lot. Why don't you ask someone to help?
I can't trust anyone with this. You never know who might make a mistake or intentionally alter the documents.
Does he really distrust others that much? You don't trust anyone else, including me? Well, you might make mistakes. He briefly lifts his gaze from his work to look at me, but quickly averts his eyes without answering. Isn't it lonely not being able to trust anyone? Yeah, but that's the way politics work.
Lonely. Doing my work alone is safer.
Well, who do you go to when you're tired or sad or having difficulties? If he doesn't trust anyone, he can't rely on anyone either. I believe people just can't live completely alone. He sighs quietly and puts his pen down, then looks right into my eyes, speaking with no emotion whatsoever.
To be in a position of power, you must discard those things. Weakness, dependence, pain, emotions, none of it is needed. The moment I took over this position from father, I was unable to rely on anyone but myself. It isn't any harder now.
I'm at a loss for words, so she turns back to his work, ignoring me as I sit silently on the couch. Father. As I watch Soshi focus on his work, I remember a photograph I saw of Father once. Soshi, how did Father die?
He died from a sudden illness. By the time they discovered it, there was nothing they could do. Didn't they send a notice to you?
Yes, I heard that. He was already cremated by the time we got word of it, though. A long silence follows. I glance out of the corner of my eye at him, but I can see no sign of emotion on his face. I just remember the book you lent me. I read it. Thank you, it was very reminiscent. Do you remember the story in that picture book?
Not particularly. Was it important somehow?
I just wanted to reminisce with him on it. I thought that was a heartfelt bonding memory between us. What was I expecting? What did I think he was going to say, bringing this up? It was easy enough to guess. Memories that are important for me might not be the same for Soshi. No, that's fine. If you don't remember, there's no point really. I bet he remembers. He's just still trying to keep me at arm's length. We both fall silent, but the glass is still being rattled by the storm. At the same time, I listen to Soshi's pen quietly scribble across the paper as I lean back on the couch and close my eyes. I'm gonna fall asleep here, aren't I? It makes me so sad to not be able to share a memory with him. I still haven't found the Soshi from my memories, but still the Soshi here is by my side. It's so strange. Even with the thunder crashing outside, the sound of Soshi's pen is somehow soothing. The comfort I have in spending time with him and the sadness I'm feeling whirl together inside of me, and that turns into melancholy. The comfortable sofa relaxes me even more, and I begin to feel very sleepy. I realize I'm drifting off to sleep when the line between dreams and reality begins to blur. After lying there for a few more moments, I begin to dream. In my dream, my brother soothingly pets my head with a gentle smile like I've never seen before. His hands are awkward like long ago. They say dreams display our true desires. That must mean I just want Soshi to be kind to me. That's ridiculous. I have no right to expect such things from him anyhow. That doesn't make any difference in your dreams, or what you want. I can't help but sneer at my own unreasonable wishes. In my dream, I laugh for a moment, then cry. In the next instant, my brother is gone, and I'm left sitting there alone. What does he want to do? What is he trying to do? What am I supposed to do? The room is bright, and all is quiet around me. With a short yawn, I open my eyes to see a familiar canopy in front of me. Did my brother carry me back to my room? Looking around, I see that I'm back in my own room. I'm even tucked into my bed. I wonder when I left Soshi's room and came back here last night. I remember falling asleep in Soshi's room, and I had a dream. I don't remember coming back here, though. That must mean Soshi brought me back while I was still fast asleep. No, Soshi wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he had someone else do it for him. Either way, I should thank him. I get dressed and go through my morning routine. I thank him at breakfast, but he only replies with a simple sure. I wanted to ask who brought me back to bed, but I just couldn't. I didn't want to be disappointed by the answer. Aww. When I get back to my room, I push open my window to reveal a beautiful blue sky. There isn't a trace of last night's storm anywhere. I still have a lot of work to do, but I feel like I've grown used to the people here and to the palace itself. What a beautiful day. I whisper to myself, staring up into the blue expanse. Way up high is a white cloud floating around. I love standing outside on the balcony. The breeze feels wonderful, even if it is a little bright. Being locked up in the palace, the one time I can feel freedom is by gazing out at the vast expanse below my balcony. This is the only place I feel free. What about walking in the garden? That should be kind of freeing, I would think. I rest my elbows on the railing with a sigh. Just then, I see something move in the garden, below out of the corner of my eye. Is it an assassin? Looking closer, it seems to be a person. They walk through the garden and into the palace. Is it a guest? I've never seen that person before. I only stole a glance at them, but they were dressed very fancily. I've never seen such a person inside the palace, and I know it can't be one of the servants. I wonder if they'll be all right inside alone. They'll have a lot of trouble if they get lost. Normally someone would be there to guide the guest. However, this time the person is all alone. Maybe it really is an assassin. Could they have just walked in unannounced? I should tell someone if that's the case. After a moment of thought, I leave my room. I go to the door the person came in through, half out of duty and half out of curiosity. I may not get lost in the palace anymore, but it's still a huge place. The hallways are complex as well, so it feels even bigger. I'll be the one in trouble if I get lost before finding that person. Now, where did that person go? I continue down the hallway, looking all around, when I finally spot a tall, gorgeous woman off in the distance. Wow, she's incredibly beautiful. She has sleek black hair bundled up on the top of her head and is wearing a flashy yet not indecent kimono tied with a modern obi. The lace on it makes me think it must be foreign. I've never seen such a fashionable kimono, let alone with lace on it. But what draws my attention most is not her clothes. But from far away, I can only see the side of her face, but I can tell it's slender, delicate, and elegant. What a beautiful woman. She looks like an actress. Who could she be? Don't tell me that's my brother's fiancé! Watching how casually she walks around, I can tell she isn't here by accident. Why she isn't with an escort, I have no idea. As I debate whether or not to address her, I see someone approach the woman. She notices the man, smiles brightly, and nods to him. Wait, does she know Soshi? It's my brother that greets her. After exchanging some words, they walk off together. Oh no! She touches his shoulder and arm as they talk, but Soshi doesn't seem to mind it at all. I'm surprised to see it, because usually he hates it when people touch him. What does this mean? Could she be Soshi's... In the end, they go into Soshi's room together. Having followed them all the way here, I'm left in the distance, watching the closed door. What are you doing, Soshi? Why do you have this girl in your room? Soshi brought a woman into his room. He had just told me he didn't trust anyone. Could she be someone special to him? A strange anger arises in me, and I stand in stunned silence, then turn on my heel and walk away. Jealousy. Yet another sigh escapes my lips. The sweet smell of the flowers and the gentle breeze can't seem to make me feel any better. I thought coming to the garden would relieve my confusion and distress, but I feel very much the same. What kind of relationship could they have for Soshi to invite her into his room? I can only think of one. The same question goes round and round in my head, and each time I come to the same conclusion. They seem very close. Could she be his girlfriend? It's not hard to believe. He's at that age where he should have a girlfriend, and it's not surprising he'd get someone like her. They make a great couple, too. She's beautiful, elegant, and kind. A mature woman, unlike me. How could you possibly know she's kind? You've only just seen her from a distance. Even if she is his girlfriend, what does that have to do with me? It's not like he needs my permission. It's just normal. My voice fades away as I stare down at my lap. I clench my fist, my eyes unmoving. I whisper the same thing over and over, not because it's the truth, but perhaps to make myself feel better. Without any way of knowing for sure, I just get more irritated. He tells me not to leave the palace, then brings in that gorgeous girl. What does one thing have to do with another? He's always so brusque with me, but he was so kind to that woman. It's not fair. All I can think of is my brother's actions. Or is it because he's with someone I don't know? I can't even tell. Either way, so she probably doesn't think of me as someone that needs to know. I sit there frustrated, unable to work out my emotions. Why does this irritate me so much? It's all Soshi's fault. I hate Soshi. Now you're just being childish.
You're talking pretty loud all by yourself.
Soshi! I look up to find my brother staring down at me disdainfully, and I feel myself blush. How long has he been there? Even worse, how much did he hear? He shoots me a cold glare as I sit there blinking. He knows something's up. I have to say something to him. Are you sure you can be here right now? I thought you had a guest. He frowns. He must be upset to learn I was watching him. I shouldn't have mentioned I saw him, but I feel so frustrated that I couldn't hold myself back. I saw you take her into your room. That incredibly beautiful woman is what I wanted to say, but I look away in silence instead. Seemingly unaware of how I feel, I hear him say, "Oh."
That was not a guest, and they already left.
Oh, did she... If she wasn't a guest, then she must be his girlfriend. I feel even worse now that the probability of it being true is greater. My brother seems at a loss with how much emotion I'm showing.
You have something you want to say, don't you?
No, I don't.
Well, that is relieving to hear. I have a bit of time, so why don't you join me for tea?
He's never invited me to spend time with him. I'm happy, but I don't think I'll be much fun around him right now. I can't help but fret over that woman. Having tea with Soshi in this state wouldn't be fun at all. I'm sorry, I have something I need to take care of next time.
If you say so.
I can't even look at him as I speak. Soshi leaves me with just those last words before he goes back into the palace. What a waste of an opportunity it was to turn down his invitation. He'll probably never invite me for tea again. You should have accepted and learned how to act. Without a little more time, I won't be able to work things out. Closing my eyes, I take a deep breath. In my mind, all I can see is Soshi and that woman getting along so well. You don't even know what the truth is. No use in working yourself up over it. Really, why didn't I just ask straight out? I just would ask, hey, is she your girlfriend? Anyway, hopefully we'll find out in the next episode and not let this drag out. I hope to see you there or in some of my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.